everybody. How are you doing? I hope you're well. As you can tell, I'm in a different room. I've been moved to my brother's room upstairs because just a whole lot of stuff. But I'm gonna tell you what's been going on. It's been a crazy 4 days. There's been a lot of revelations, a lot of changes, and I've been somewhere else. It is 7:21 a.m. and I'm just gonna tell you my story. Now, to preface, I made that goodbye video as part of a larger plan. Not for YouTube, but for myself. I had a plan to off myself, and it was going to be through overdose or alcohol consumption. Whatever it may be, I was going to do it. So, it's Martin Luther King Day, Monday. We have the day off. And to preface, 2 weeks ago, I was sitting in my English class and I felt so lonely. I was in a very dark place. And what I did was I took out a piece of paper and I wrote, if in 2 weeks I don't find a purpose, I don't find a reason to keep going, that's it. That's over. And so, throughout that day, I made a promise to myself that if I didn't do it, that was it. So, over the next week, I stressed and I worried and I didn't do anything. And honestly, I didn't make progress. So it's next week. Sunday goes by. And it's Martin Luther King Day, Monday. And I'm sitting there and I'm sitting in my bed and I had made the decision that this would be my last day. And so I realized I had nothing to do that day, so I called up one of my friends, and he was actually hanging out at, he had a few people over at his house. So I was like, you know what, okay, I'll come over. A cold front had gone through, and it was about 1 degree outside, and yet I walked my way over there. To preface, I had written a bunch of letters for everybody. I had written for my friends, for family, and I kept it in this little box. And I brought that box with me to his house. And that was the whole point of going over there in the first place. So I'd gotten over there on the cold front, and I don't know how I did it, but I did. And I made it over there and I dropped off the cards and letters, and I lied. I explained to him that these are cards for everybody. These are thank you cards for doing everything for me. And he took it with open arms, and he thought I was serious. I had also made up a lie that I would be out in Kansas City with my family, when really, as you know, I needed a reason to explain why I wouldn't be at school. So, it keeps going, right? I've gotten the days mixed up. What I just told you about the card thing was Tuesday. To preface, that Monday, I'd hung out with some girls and my friend and his friend. And getting home that night of Martin Luther King Day, it was 11 p.m. I was sitting in bed, I was wasting away. I was waiting till everyone was asleep. And I got up, I snuck upstairs, and I took my father's alcohol, and I drank, and I drank. And that's why I was home Tuesday, because, well, I was sleepwalking at 5 a.m. and throwing up. Yeah, my dad had found me and he had to put me back to bed. And so, with that, the phrase that kept running through my head was, I should have died yesterday, but I didn't, for some reason. And so, that Tuesday, was whenever I went to my friend's house to just talk to him. And, to make a long story short, that night, first of all, I'd like to thank my friends for being so supportive and caring throughout this whole process. They sent lovely messages while I was out, which is what I'm getting to. But, sorry, this video sucks. I decided to tell my parents what my plan was and how they didn't fall through with it. I guess I had drank too much and I just fell asleep. So I didn't do it, clearly. But with that in mind, I was sent to a psych ward for 4 days, in which I met a lot of people, a lot of nice people. I'm not going to go into the details, but it was very basic stuff. It was just coping skills and what to do when you're stressed, what are your stressors, what triggers you, and stuff like that. And gosh, using the word trigger is so stupid. But as you can tell, I'm making this first thing in the morning. But I just got home, and that, as I said, that goodbye video was a part of a bigger plan of killing myself. So I'm still here. I don't know if there's going to be more content. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't, but it should be noted that you all should know. I feel y'all should know. So thank you for listening to me talk. And I know it was really confusing, but